Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide to the modded production I should say, high quality grain factory. This is by Caparo. It's 6 megabytes to download and it is available for all platforms. I'll leave a link down below in the description if you want to download it, or you can just get it off of the mod hub. So this is kind of a unique production. It's very similar to like a grain mill. However, this is basically a grain kind of separator, cleaner, however you want to look at it. And yeah, I was kind of curious. It's not like overly complicated, but I was kind of curious to see if it was actually worth using or not. So that's why I chose this one to do a video on. I've been trying to work through all the productions slowly but surely, trying to get videos out on those as well. But anyhow, yeah, so here's the production building itself. You place it down by going to the menu, go to productions or factories, I guess I should say. Go down to the bottom and find the modded ones, high quality grain factory. $280,000 to place. You can kind of move it around however you'd like to place it, but I have it placed back there. It's pretty simple. You put your ingredients in this little dump area right here. You have a wrench icon there to access the main menu, which we'll talk about in some more detail. Sorry, it's quite loud next to it. I apologize. And then over here, this is where your pallets are going to spawn, which I'm also curious about too, because it's going to be pallets of these high quality grains. So I'm curious to see if you can put them as a bulk material or not. So we'll have to test that out. But yeah, if we go into the production menu, you have high quality barley, canola, corn, oats, sorghum, soybeans, sunflower, and wheat. That you can make. So over here on the left or the right hand side, you have all of those inputs here and then all of those outputs here. You can put up to 120,000 liters at each end and get up to 60,000 liters of each out, at least in the storage in here. Each and every one of these has the same recipe down here. 6,000 cycles per month, which means this recipe is going to happen 6,000 times per month, and it's cost $24 a month to run this when it's active. So the cycles and the cost here is divided out by how many days per month. So what I mean by that, if you're running 1 day per month, then this will happen every day. If you're running 2 days per month, this will happen every 2 days. 10 days per month or whatever to every 10 days or so on and so forth. So anyhow, it depends on what your settings are set to. Now the recipe down here is 2 liters of barley to 1 liter of high quality barley. So you're losing half of your product here. So that's why I was kind of curious to see if this was actually worth it. And we'll talk about the profitability towards the end. Now the other thing down over here on this side is you can change the output mode from storing to selling to distributing. Distributing will move it to a different factory that requires the high quality barley, for example, as an output. If you set it to storing, it's going to produce in here theoretically until it has enough to spawn a pallet. Then it'll spawn a pallet in that pallet area, which is around the back here. I'll walk back over there real quick. It'll spawn pallets back here until this area is full, and then it'll keep storing it in here until this is full, and then it'll stop. If you change that to selling, it's going to automatically sell what you have in here every hour, at least for the product you have set to. So you can have these all set to different ones if you want. We're going to leave them all on storing. And then down here, you just activate it. It has a red exclamation point because it doesn't have any inputs right now, so it's not able to run. But we're just going to activate all of these because we're going to put all this stuff in. Let's get in this guy right here. We're going to go ahead and start dumping all the products in. So again, to put products in, you're just going to drive over the dump point right here. And then hit I to unload. It'll take it a little bit here. Now it's just 500,000 liters in it because it's an unrealistic trailer. So we'll just go ahead and get everything filled up here. It's going to take me a hot minute to put all that in there, so I'll do that here in a second. But let's take a look. Let's empty this out real quick. I'm curious, can you put any of the high quality products? Do we see any of them in here? Doesn't look like they're going to be bulk products. That's going to be kind of interesting. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get all these guys filled up real quick because we have several to do. Yeah, we have several on here to do, so this will take me a hot second. So I'm going to put a quick break in here, and I'll bring you guys back in just a second. All right, I just put the last one in. Now we are full on all of these, and time is set here at 10 o'clock. We're going to fast forward time in a second. We're also going to test and see if this is divided or not. So we can deactivate that guy. He's out of our way now. We don't need him. So they're all running. So theoretically, at 6,000 per month, that means every hour... We divide that, 6,000 divided by 24. That means every in-game hour we should have 250 cycles. So we should produce 250 liters every hour of everything if it's not divided. So let's go ahead and fast forward time just by an hour here. Let's get us up to about 11 a.m. or somewhere close to that. It doesn't have to be quite exact. We'll be able to tell pretty easily, I think, when we get up in there. And there's 11 right there. Okay, so let's take a look. 250 on the dot, so this is not divided. I'm going to add that to my notes real quick. So what that means, which is really nice actually, high quality grain is not divided. So Basically, that means all of these can run, as you can see here, at full force at all times. Sometimes if you have a divided production, what will happen is if you have more than one activated, it divides out the effectiveness or the efficiency of them by that amount there. But let's go ahead and fast forward some more time. This shouldn't take too long for this to start spawning pallets. We should be able to see, you can see down there bottom right-hand side. Is it 1,000 liters of pallet? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 1,000 liters of pallet. Okay, so now here we are. We have our high-quality sorghum. So it doesn't really specify if it's a flour or not. However, it appears to be like in a flour bag. So, which is kind of interesting. So it looks like we're actually probably technically making flour. But anyhow, you can see all the different guys over here, which you can't lift. You will need a forklift to lift all those. But you have all your various high-quality pallets there to sell off. So based on that, I'm assuming... I'm going to empty this out. I'm assuming that even if I pull up next to this guys in the back, that I'm not going to be able to load them with anything. I'm not going to be able to load those guys up or do anything with them. Let's see. Yeah, no, there's no way. So you're going to have to deal with the pallets themselves, which could be kind of a pain to deal with. So now let's see, is it even worth trying to get into this business here, dealing with pallets and whatnot? Is it worth using this thing? Are you going to make any extra money? You're going to lose money? What is that going to look like? Well, let's hop over to the productions here. So you can see I put not divided here, but let's go over here to our production sheets. This has all modded productions, and then above this dark black line here has all the base game productions. So it has a lot of stuff involved in it here. So we have the high quality grain factory. Our different recipes are high quality barley, canola, corn, oat, sorghum, soybeans, sunflower, and wheat. Here are the inputs for all those, their respective crops. 6,000 cycles per month. 2 liters of barley for this example are going to go in. The 2 liters of barley, if you were to sell it separately, that's what we're looking at, and all these numbers are in normal economy mode. If you were to sell them separately, you'd get $1.13. The output is 1 liter of high-quality barley, which is about $1.54 you're going to get from that. And then the profit per cycle, which also takes into account, which this only take $24, so $1 an hour to run. So, yeah, basically what that means is each one of those pallets that we saw of 1,000 liters is going to cost $4 to make, in addition to the barley required. So the profit per cycle is pretty low on these, except for the big one down here is actually soybeans. Soybeans, you do pretty much double your money. So soybeans, I would say absolutely worth it. $280 to $497. You can make up to $13,000 a month if you have this thing running at full capacity. However, it's only going to go through 12,000 liters of any one crop a month. However, it can go through all of them at the same time, which is kind of nice. And you only have to actually deal with 6 pallets of whatever you're making a month. So yes, pallets are obnoxious, but to make an extra $13,000 a month, let's say you had, I don't know, 12,000 is the input here. Let's say you did a harvest of soybeans and you got 120,000 liters of soybeans off of that harvest. So if you took that 120,000 liters of soybeans and you sold them for, you know, a good price, well, if we go in here, we can find that, $1,400 per 1,000 liters, you would get $168,000 for your trouble for selling your soybeans. Now, that's how you put them through this cycle right here. So you get 168,000 plus you would get an additional, because what we say, 120,000. It would take you 10 months to accomplish this, by the way. So it would take a while. So instead of getting $168,000 for your soybeans, you get 297,000. So it's definitely worth it for soy. Some of the other ones not really worth it. You're not really doubling your money here. You see, you're just making a little bit extra, so you're not going to lose money no matter what you do. Some of these are not worth it for sure. I would say most of these are not worth it. The canola, maybe a little bit. Soy is definitely worth it, and so is sunflower. I think sunflower is probably worth it there as well, but not any of the other ones. So it kind of depends on what you're doing, but you're not going to lose money putting stuff through here. If you have the money for this and you only have small yields of things, this might be a good way to kind of make a little extra money, but it's totally up to you. So, yeah, I mean, is it worth it? I think it depends. Yes, you are not gonna lose money doing it. And also, I should also note for all of the various high quality grains, there's no fluctuations for any of their prices. They should stay the same. $14.91, $14.91. And I use the train prices for these, so they're a little bit higher. So if you don't have a train on your map and you're not going to get the bonus for selling a train, that one's the farmer's market, though, to be fair. Just be aware you may not even get as high of a number with that as well, so just be aware. But there you guys go. That is the high quality grain factory. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos we may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.